paragraph where we have stopped. So father appeared. Where we are, the son felt useless in spite of he being young and quite powerful in his muscles. So they have come to Dirang, that is the bus from the bus stop, and the bus from Tawan has not yet arrived. So they had, the father and son had some time to spend together. So what did they do? We entered a tea shop and sat facing each other. Both father and son went to a tea shop to have a cup of tea. Father appeared tired. I felt sorry for him, but could not bring myself to say anything. Here, the son or the character of our story, the hero of our story, is not completely a villain. He had the feeling that he should help his father, he should know his father, he should care for his father. But he did not have the strength to overcome himself. So what happened is that though he knows his father is tired, he should help him, he should not give him so much burden, but still you see here the son was not able to express himself. So that is a drawback. So that we should not have whenever we are in the relation with our own family members. I felt sorry for him but could not bring myself to say anything. So this sentence is very important. We all love most of our people and we want to tell them anything. We want to care for them. We want to say that we love you, we care for you, but we are not able to do. That hesitation should not be there. That is very important. So that hesitation should be deleted from us. That feeling should come out. We should express to our family members how much we love them. So the author here tries to elevate us that we should be able to express our feelings towards our dear ones. Okay? Then I asked the waiter. You know the waiter? Waiter is a person in the hotel, in the restaurant whom he works. He comes and supplies us whatever we order. So the son asked the waiter to get us 2 cups of tea. Just as I was going to take my first sip, I heard father's voice. Do you have a pair of old shoes? So they both sat down in a tea shop, they ordered for tea, and the son was ready to take his first sip. He heard his father talking. His father was saying, do you have a pair of old shoes? Father is asking something to his son. Why? I asked. Why? The road is uneven and full of pebbles. It hurts while walking. The father said, the road which we have in the village are not pakka. They are all kacha roads. It's full of small stones, pebbles, small stones. And when I walk barefoot, it hurts. For the first time, the son noticed the father's feet. I looked at my father's bare feet. His father was not wearing any footwear. His father was completely bare feet. And imagine his father walking so long from his hometown, to Dirang, their bus stop, without footwear. And he has crossed the number of hills and all the rough roads. Imagine. And the father was not tired. He did not complain that he cannot walk. But the son was already tired. Even now the father is not complaining. The father is just requesting the son if he has any old shoes. So I looked at my father's bare feet. Never having worn shoes, his feet had developed cracks and somehow resembled those of an elephant. First time his son saw at his father's feet. And his father never wore in his life footwear. And his feet was completely having cracks. And his feet were resembling elephant's feet. You know elephant's feet? They are very broad and they have number of cracks. If you have seen any elephant's feet, if you take a picture, go into the Googles, take a picture of the elephant's feet, you will see it is very, very rough. And the same way we have this father's feet also, very rough. And you know his father never wore a footwear. I noticed this for the first time. See, the son and the father lived right from the beginning, and here during the holidays, the son lived with his father for 6 months. He was enjoying his holidays, but here he never noticed his father's feet. For the first time he noticed. I hadn't noticed that the road was uneven. I did not have to since I was wearing a pair of hunting boots. He even did not know that the path which he has walked was uneven, was full of pebbles, full of rocks. He did not notice, the son did not notice because he was wearing hunting shoes, a very strong shoes. So he was not able to notice. But the son did not notice his father's feet also. And poor father walked all the way bare feet. Not only that day, every time he always has a bare feet. He never wore shoes all his life. And for the first time, he asked his son for a pair of old shoes. I checked my wallet. Wallet means purse. And saw I still had around ₹40 with me. He quickly, the son felt very bad, very sad about his father. He quickly took out his purse to give the money to his father to buy a new pair of shoes. He had 40 rupees. A pair of canvas shoes would cost around 12 rupees, and the remaining amount would be enough for me to get to Bomdila. Bomdila is a place. Bomdila. Bomdila. Bomdila is the city where the son works. He has to go to this place. Follow? Did you follow it properly? From the hometown, the bus stop to Dirang. And from Dirang, the son has to go to Bomdila to attend his office, his duties here. So, he had 40 rupees, and out of 40 rupees, the son tried to calculate his money for giving new shoes to his father, and he thought 12 rupees is enough for a shoe, and he has still remaining money so that he can go to his office. The son felt very sad for his father, but the father did not like to take the money from the son. My father protested. Protested means what? Opposed. He said, no, Amma. No, beta. I don't want the money. I want only old shoes. Okay? So, the father did not like, the father did not like to take money from his son. He said, no, Amma. I don't want money. You just give me the old shoes if you have. You don't have to spend money on new shoes. I could not convince him to buy a new pair. Once again, the son was not able to convince his father to take new shoes. The father insisted. He said, no, I want old shoes if you have. If you don't have, no problem, he said. Reluctantly means unwillingly, I gave him the hunting shoes I was wearing. The son did not want to give old shoes. He wanted to buy new shoes for his father. But his father was not agreeing to take money. So the son, though he did not like to give old shoes to his father, he removed his hunting shoes and gave to his father. I then took off my pairs of leather shoes from the trunk and noticed my father's face lighting up with contentment. Contentment, satisfaction. So what did the son do? The son gave his strong, wonderful hunting shoes to his father, and he took a canvas shoes which were already there in his trunk, and then the father, while the son was wearing the shoes, he noticed that his father was very happy wearing the old shoes. Contentment means happiness, satisfaction actually. So here, because we have to put in a little bit of essence of feelings, so we can say that the father was very happy to had the old shoes of his son. Suddenly he looked at me and said, "Take care, write to us." So he said, "Amma, be careful, take care." We tell no whenever anybody is leaving us, our guests, our family members, when they go out of station, we tell, "Take care, Amma, baundandi, jagrataga undandi." That jagrataga undam is called take care. So the father told his son, "Take care, and as soon as you go, please write a letter to us. Please inform us." Father wanted to say something, but the bus started moving. So the father still wanted to say something to the son. The father wanted to say many more things to the son, but the bus started. I saw my father gradually receding into the distance, receding, moving back. When the son sat in the bus and near the window seat and he looked at his father, the bus was moving and he saw that his father was moving back. Now this is not that the father is not really moving back. The bus is moving forward and his vision is as if the father is moving back, and that is called receding. Receding means moving back. Even in the train or in the bus, when you travel, lot of times you travel from one place to another, isn't it? When you look out to the window, you see the things outside the window moving backwards, right? Same way here also, when son has sat in this bus, in the luxurious bus, comfortable bus, and he saw his father, he put his head out of his window and he wanted to say bye to his father, and he saw his father, the bus is moving forward and he saw his father receding back, means the bus is moving forward, you see, and he felt as if his father was going backward. I saw that the road he had come by looked like a giant motionless rope, and the road which was there, it became like a rope, means as the bus was moving, the distance was becoming long, and those places and his father and everybody were becoming small in size. As we go further, everything becomes small. So here also the road became like a rope. Rope, you know, it is like a thread. Father would use the same road to go back home. So now my father will go back in the same road, same hilly, rocky, with pebbles road. Simultaneously. What is simultaneously? Simultaneously means at the same time. At the same time, our journey started in two opposite directions. My father will go backward and I will go forward. So our journeys have two different places. Our destinations are opposite. With me seated in luxurious seat and a comfortable seat of a bus, and father walking back with weary legs. Weary means tired legs on the pebble-strewn road. Pebble-strewn road means small stones. So he said, we both are moving in two opposite directions. So two opposite direction means here, when he moves this way in a luxurious bus, in a very comfortable manner he moves. Even his life is also comfortable. His journey in his life also is comfortable for the son. But for the father, he comes back to his home with the same road, hilly road. In the beginning of the lesson only, the son says that this road will not be repaired quickly. It will take a lot of time for the road to be Pakka road. So you can understand here that both have opposite life. Son is having a comfortable life and the father has a tireless life. But still the father never regretted it. Whatever the father has done, whatever troubles he has taken, burdens he has taken for his family, for his son to grow up and have a comfortable life. Though their way of living is opposite, they are the members of the same family. Father, son are of the same family, and we should keep this relation, this bondage as one and make it a happy life. This is what the author wants to express to us. He wants to tell us that we should have a complete bonding, and bonding helps our life to be more comfortable. Money helps us to purchase material things, but it does not give us happiness. So here the author says, keep the happiness, keep the bonding of the family, human relation, so that we may get happiness. Okay then children, so please try to take the moral of the story into us and see that we do the same thing. We communicate our feelings towards our parents and give them the same care, same love for them through communicating. Better never overlook your parents' trouble. Your parents are there for you. They are the only people in the world who take care even when you are in the problems. When you are happy, you have number of people with you. All are your friends. And when you are in trouble, it is your only family members, that is your parents, who are always with you. So I would like to end this lesson with 3 cheers to your parents and to your family bond. Thank you, children.